Live your life within the moment. And don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away. Our bodies move to the groove and the light that flickers. We get lost in the crowd, it's getting thicker. But get away from the drinks and chatter. Haven't said a word, but it doesn't matter. Till the air gets thinner. Standing in a blurry dream. No one else can see us. Live your life within the moment. And don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away.
Flying into your home like a 1930s train wreck. From the brand new VNL 860 Studios. Creating a community of friends and topic-based discussions. This is JJDrones Live.
I'm Karl Marx and I approve this message.
And it's JJDrones Live. Welcome to the train wreck. Thank you everybody for coming in today. We have got hunting and stuff. We've got my mom, Nancy Naylor. We've got Dan, the droning veteran. We've got On Location with Scott up there in Canada. We've got my dad, Dave Johnson. We've got Jonathan Jackson. Thank you so much for coming in, Jonathan. Welcome to the program. And we've got Anthony Webb. We've also got Yads that came in earlier. We've got Christian and TJ's Giggle FPV. But first, if you'd like to have one of your videos featured on my website, email me, Jason at JJDrones360.com. And for everything JJ Drones related, go to JJDrones360.com. And if you're going to do some Amazon shopping, visit my Amazon links, JJDrones360.com/Amazon1. And if you have a blinker fluid video you want to submit to Dan, email him, droningveteran@gmail.com. And our Spreadshirt shop is now open. You can get all of your favorite JJ Drones merchandise. We've got hats, we've got shirts, we've got water bottles, we got the whole thing. It's JJ Drones, we've got blinker fluid stuff, we've got Welcome to the Train Wreck stuff, so go check it out. And if you'd like to donate to our charity, the Lee and Betty Johnson Memorial Charity, you can visit our website, JJDrones360.com/donate, or you can use the pinned chat in the link on YouTube and on Facebook. I think the post is up there as well. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Jonathan Jackson, I appreciate you coming in. It's the first time that I've seen you here, so I definitely do appreciate that. And number one thing that I want to bring up is in the description of the video below, there is a link for our friend Chris from Shade Tree America. And Chris from Shade Tree America has been going through a lot of issues with the fact that he lost his mother over these past few weeks, and he's had a lot of financial problems pop up. And he did a Give, Send, Go. So definitely go check that out. If you're able to donate, go ahead and go over there and check that out. Also, our friend Charles from Fallen Arkansas Veterans. His kids are trying to raise money with a GoFundMe. And so Charles emailed me the other day and said, hey, will you post my GoFundMe on your community tab? So it is up on my community tab right now. It's probably the last one that I put up there. And I just want to make everybody aware of that. Not anything that you absolutely have to do. I'm not saying that you do. But they're a couple of really good dear friends of the program. And I just would like to put that out there. And if anybody feels like they're able to donate, go ahead and donate there. The Liam Betty Johnson Memorial Charity is a charity for Mission 22 and Reese Across America. So that money will not be going there. I just want to make that clear. So if you do donate to the pinned comment in the chat that goes to the Liam Betty Memorial Charity, that's going to the Reese Across America and Mission 22 fund. But there are links for the other ones. Paul is supposed to be here, and he is not here yet, but we will bring in our co-host for the hour. His name is Dan, the droning veteran.
What's up, everybody?
So Dan, I noticed something different about you today.
All the bug bites?
No, it's not the bug bites. No,
Not all the bug bites?
No, it's a little tagline underneath your name there.
Oh, famous for picking up people at truck stops.
You're A-okay in my book with that. Today, Dan and I actually went out and had a good time together, and just show you a little bit from our. Let's see here. Yeah, I can show you the pictures that I took earlier today. And here's Dan and I out in front of Black Rock. Another picture there. And I really like that one. That really shows the entire area. It's just a beautiful, beautiful area to fly a drone.
And there's a hole in that rock.
There is a hole in that rock. And, people may get to see what the hole in the rock looks like if they watch one of your videos.
Yes. Maybe. No guarantees.
Maybe. Yeah. And they may get to see Dan shake his booty if they go watch one of David's. Hey, Tony, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you coming in. And let's see here. Christian says a nice swimming beach. Dan, would you swim there?
I don't know. I did when I was younger, but
okay.
I don't know if I would now. But the water levels is going up. I mean, from the last time we was there was parts that we was, we could fly and not have any worries. We could walk to our drone. Not so much no more. So
no,
that's a
not
good
anymore.
thing for the state of Utah.
Yes, it is. Big Tiny, thank you so much for coming in. That's Rick from Big Tiny's Outdoors. Appreciate you being here. And we do have our unofficial sponsor of the program, Gary over there at Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors. He is one subscriber away from hitting 800 subscribers. So if anybody wants to go over and check out his channel, maybe subscribe to him. Not necessarily that you have to, but if you would feel so inclined, one more person will put him over the 800 subscriber edge. But here is our unofficial sponsor of the program, Florida Man.
Hi, I'm Carl Marks. You're watching JJDrones on YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Gary. This is Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors, and I'm going to give you a outdoors tip of the week. All right, I started doing that segment a little bit recently with a friend of mine at JJDrones. Great channel. Go over and check it out. I fully support and endorse his channel. So with that being said, the outdoors tip of the week is related obviously to the outdoors. If you're out in the boonies, if you're out in the forest, if you're out hiking, camping, or you're just like my friend Jason, just looking for a lost drone that you perhaps crashed into a tree, you want to be prepared in case you encounter a bear. Probably the best precaution you could have might be a pew-pew. A lot of times you're not allowed to have those in certain areas. The next best thing would be like bear spray. That's kind of harder to find unless you order it online or go to a specialty hunting store like Bass Pro Shop or something like that. But the next best thing, which is very productive, very effective, is get yourself an air horn. I forget what the decibel level is on this, but it's very effective. For less than $10, you just sound that air horn. Boom, it's going to be very unpleasant towards the approaching bear, and $10 could save your life. So that's your outdoors tip of the week. And my friend over there at JJDrones, he calls me a Florida man. Truth is, I'm a Delaware man trying to live the Florida man lifestyle. So remember, folks, always know your legal limits.
And that is our Florida man tip of the week.
Florida
Thank you very
man.
much. And it looks like he just went over the 800 mark. So thank you very much, everybody. And welcome, Paul, to the program.
That is awesome. What's up, Paul?
What's up?
I
don't see any-
no tinfoil today, huh? Oh, you left the commie for.
Oh yeah, no, we're good now.
Tommy.
Now we shave
I-
it with knives.
I still can't English.
Right? We shave with knives,
Video coming soon.
right?
Yes, video
Right.
coming soon.
JJDrones.
So look, this is what you get to do here in Texas. You get to have knives. See, here's some knives. There's another knife, and another one, and then you get to have these. It's okay to have these. It's legal. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's okay to have these. So this is my starter collection.
That's your Texas starter kit.
This is my Texas starter kit. I got like 2 of them. One a little bigger than the other, right? One pocket size, one a little bigger than a pocket, you know. But it's this is Texas life, baby. It's called freedom.
Well,
You get to shave it.
hold that thought, because we're going to get into that right after we get done with our bug spray
yes.
flavored blinker fluid of the week.
Ooh, I got a bug for you too later.
Okay.
I got a lot of bugs.
I can't believe it's week 14.
Crazy.
And here's number 1. Remember your numbers, folks. And this one is submitted from baby girl Haley Johnson.
That's called intuitiveness, right?
Dan, I think that's the way you're supposed to pump gas.
Yes. I thought everybody did it that way.
Right?
I mean, that's how I do it.
Special extension, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, when I'm filling up the truck, I do an X formation.
Right? It's stableable. It's stableable.
That's right. Yes, it's more stable. Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
Here's
Like
number
when
2.
Tying down a load, you know?
Well, yeah. And this one's from Brian.
Oh. Well, his windshield was a little fuzzy.
A little bit.
I think that's what it was.
That's 2 cars that went through the purple light. That was purple.
Definitely purple.
Hey, some people see purple.
It's number 3.
Why you gotta discriminate against purple?
Right?
This one's from Christian. Mainline drone. That was kind of freaky.
Close call right there.
And this one's from Chris at JJ America. I can already see what's going to happen here.
Is that a half a lane, a quarter of a lane?
I mean, why do you even stop? Just keep going. The light was definitely purple.
Those boards are kind of big. That extra line is big.
And here's number 5. Dan, there's all sorts of road spray. I see it.
Also, yeah.
It's everywhere.
Oh, there it is. Oh, I missed it.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah,
believe I missed that.
Dan, come on now. You're getting picky.
Slacking.
Uh-huh. Ooh.
Oh, that part was there.
Ooh.
Whoopsie.
It's a little slippery there.
Just a little.
I didn't know Paul was driving in Utah that week.
That was some drifting moves there, man.
The drifter.
Yeah.
Hey, Ted, thank you so much for coming in, brother. You're right in time for the end of blinker fluid.
That's a high up perspective.
They had their hand put out the window, Dan.
Yes.
Their turn signal wasn't working because they ran out of blinker fluid.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
He was being nice to the guy, right? That's what we're looking at. Car was being nice to the truck.
Now I'm going to take issue with the truck driver in that one.
Yes.
Before I put the poll up into the chat, I just want to take issue with the truck driver in this video, and I'm going to tell you why.
Where's the helicopter? Oh.
It's flying onto the bed of Dan's truck.
All right.
Land right there.
Okay, right here. Okay, first of all, that truck driver is pulling a container truck, and the container it's a short container trailer. He should be able to make that turn without being all the way in the center lane there, without much of an issue. In fact, he's really overdoing it at that point. But doing a button hook turn in pretty much every state, Dan, you can tell me whether or not it's illegal in the state of Utah, but I know in Michigan and Wisconsin a button hook turn is illegal.
I believe it is legal here, but I
Okay.
mean that is a bit extreme.
Yeah, so
I
I'm
mean,
going to ding the truck driver
And
more
not
than I
only
am.
that, he was. I mean, to me, it looked like a local driver, and he should know better and know that. Number one, he can go down a quarter of a mile and hang a right, go down another quarter of a mile, or not even a quarter of a mile, eighth of a mile, I think, hang another right and be back on the road, and come back and be back on that same road.
Okay, so either way, we're dinging the truck driver on that one. So the poll is up in the chat. You can vote number 1, 2, 3, or 4, or you can vote 5 or 6 in the chat. And Dan's going to be
number 3. Almost was like this.
it almost was.
That close.
The red light one was there was number 2 was a red light one, wasn't it?
Yeah, number 2 is a red light.
Yeah,
you got
That was Brian.
You got a bunch of guys with gray beards. Do you think we remembered what happened 5 minutes ago?
Yeah. So number 2 was Brian with the red light. And then Christian, you were number 3. Number 4 was Shade Tree America with the diesel truck cutting in front of him and then blowing coal. And then number 5 was Dan's icy spot in the roundabout. And number 6 was the truck driver. And number 1 was Haley spotting somebody that likes to get gas. I wouldn't say the hard way. I'd say the more secure way. Yes, the correct way.
You got to keep that line. You don't want the, that way there all the fuel comes. You have those curves in the fuel.
Yeah.
In the fuel line, it backs it up. So this way here, it's stretched out, and you get it all.
That's right. So, so my dad and stepmom are watching, and I appreciate you being here. And Paul had a little bit of a gift for you guys, and I tried to show you last week, but I wasn't able to show you because it just kind of quit playing halfway through. So we're going to go back and revisit Paul breaking the law in Texas.
All right.
The Johnson Juice, but I think that's a good name for it. We should rename it to the Johnson Juice for breakfast. You should get it.
And that is Paul testing out the Johnson Juice. And Paul, I think you actually started something. Let's see here. We've got hashtag Johnson Juice from Dan up there. And then Hunting and Stuff says Johnson Juice has a nice ring to it.
Right.
Dad, you may want to consider branding that, the Johnson Juice.
And I only take 10%, so it's not
Only 10%, yes.
10%.
10?
That's a steal.
Man, that's cheap.
That's cheap. See,
Tony, I do have to mail yours out. I was going to drop it off at the yard, but there's so many people that are going to steal the Johnson Juice.
yeah, yep.
Dad loves it, so there you go.
I mean, come on, Who doesn't love a Jake Johnson? Oh, I mean, the Johnson.
No labels are required. So there is that. So Paul just came back with the Johnson juice in his hand. That is not part of the Texas starter kit, but
No.
it is something that comes from Michigan.
That's right. That's right. It's almost it's as American as it gets, right? Squeeze
That's
the stuff
right.
out of a California tree, right? Kill those damn things out there.
And Tony says, "Bring the juice." Okay,
Bring
so
the juice.
it is now official. # Johnson Juice. Everybody that is in favor of that, put # Johnson Juice in the chat because that is definitely awesome. In fact, if we had a bigger channel, we could probably get that trending on all social media, but we don't have a big enough channel for that. So
Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah.
My dad asked if we're trying to put him back to work, but
No.
no. I already did that this past week. Video upcoming.
Right.
On location with Scott. He's on board with the Johnson juice.
There you
So,
go. It looked like.
so
No, sorry, go ahead.
So, Paul, you have been living in California for how many years?
Well, too many.
Well, yeah, because when you moved out there, I think I
Told me not to.
told you not to.
Well, now when I came back to my home in the Bay, I didn't think I told anybody. I don't know. Did I tell you when I was driving down? Because I kind of just showed up over here and said, "Surprise, people, I'm here."
Yeah, you didn't tell me the reason why you moved. But before we get into the reason why you moved, let's get into the history. So you lived in California for a number of years, and living out there in California, you were doing what with as far as employment goes?
Well, okay. So if you want to go way back, the quick and dirty is I was born in the city, born in San Francisco, raised outside the peninsula there, and got married, left, moved out, had a kid, went somewhere else, went to Utah. Big mistake or good mistake. I don't know. I mean, that's where the divorce happened. It's kind of a, Then Montana had this crazy feeling after I quit my job of trucking that I needed to move back to the Bay, move back to California, blah, blah, blah. And that was, I don't know, 2014. Yeah. So, and then because of all that happened, I have a job here in Texas and yeehaw, here we go.
So it was.
Are you riding bulls?
No. I'm too old for that. My back.
I feel you.
I have a new
I feel
hobby.
you.
Now you're living down in the Dallas area.
Down? Is it really down? I mean, I guess it's down from Canada where you're at, or I mean, Michigan, or up there. Up there, yeah.
Yes. So Tony wanted to know because he's regularly down in. Tony lives in Oklahoma, but he goes to our Irving plant pretty much on a regular basis. So,
Northeast Dallas is basically where I'm at.
okay.
So.
And now, what are you doing down there in Texas?
Well, I'm doing marketing / warehousing. Well, I was doing warehousing, and then I pissed everybody off because I'm just like.
I don't believe you.
And yeah, so now I'm doing straight marketing only, which is kind of funny. See, Johnson Juice, baby. See, I'm good like that.
You are.
But I'm gonna sell some thread. So anybody who want to knit, any knitters out there, and yeah, knitters. No, not knitters. Sorry, not knitters. What do you call it? Hey, real Canadian?
Yeah.
Real one?
Yeah,
Oh.
real one.
I like Canadians. Canadians are good, eh?
Yeah. So we should probably get you hooked up with our friend Kathy, who does quilting,
There
up
you go.
in
Quilting,
up.
not knitting.
Yes,
Is
she
Liz.
does. She has her own quilting class that she does online and everything. And
There you go.
my stepmom, she also does quilting as well. In fact, Kathy was the one that donated the quilt last year for our Wreaths Across America auction, and she's going to be donating another Wreaths Across America quilt this year. So
Oh, that's awesome. She did an amazing job.
She did.
I might be able to get something like that set up too for you guys. So
That would be awesome.
I wouldn't be surprised if she's huge into quilting. She probably knows the company. So
Okay. Well, I need to get you two, talk and see
Chopping
what.
it up.
Yeah, there you go.
See if you can get your stitch together.
Get her
There you
stitched.
go.
There. It's even better. Get that stitch together.
That's a very good one, Dan. I'm
Right?
going to give you the. There you go.
Yep. I would say hats off, and my stuff's all packed up. So I'm all hatted out. So
We've
So
got to
did
get.
you bring the foil hat back with you, or did you
No,
leave it in Kami
see,
for
so now
Cami
I don't have to worry about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good.
I kind of, I have that, that thing, right? So yeah.
Yeah,
So my dad
I
has
have
the-
solutions to any problems that come into my territory. You know what I'm saying?
My dad asked the first question. Paul, are you spending time on the grassy knoll?
Grassy knoll. Well, I know there's grass here somewhere. I know there's not a mountain anywhere. It's like all I see is sky. That's it. That's all I see here right now. Oh, and bugs.
And bugs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have that.
Yeah, you
I
want to
know about bugs.
This is how. Okay, this is insane, right? So we took backpacks when we flew back to Cali to go pick up my last car. So we just literally I drove back. Like I got here an hour ago from driving all the way to California and back. So this morning, I unroll my socks, whatever, no big deal. I got to put one sock on, everything fine. I put the second sock on, and it was like, oh, something's in there. That's weird. Folded it inside out. You know what? It fell out? A bug that big.
Cockroach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But mind you, rolled into the sock was rolled like how when you like roll them to like.
At least it
do
wasn't a
ball?
scorpion.
It was that. Yeah, it was like a dead thing was inside my sock somehow. Been in my backpack for 3 days.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, I don't know how that went.
So you got cockroaches trying to leave California now.
I guess so.
So
I mean, they made it through TSA, so maybe they wanted to travel and then they just didn't make it. I mean, my
There
socks
may
were
be-
clean, so
first it's I would make a reference to members of Congress that could be in your sock.
right. How about most or all of them?
Yes.
All of them? Most of them? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would say
Scott
most.
Scott gets scorpions in Arizona, his other home. He spends his winters in Arizona and his summers up in Canada.
Oh wow! Oh, so he's one of those guys that used to annoy me when I drove truck in Arizona. We called them snowbirds, but at least back then I had a really fast truck, so I just passed everybody else. I'm like the guys that I was following.
Let's
Lots of
see
fun
here.
there, Arizona.
Hunting and Stuff says, it's bad if cockroaches are backing up.
Right?
Not even the cockroaches can take the taxes out in California.
Yep. I make sure to send all of my friends a picture of the fuel when I fuel up. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about gas prices.
Yeah.
Because that's probably like the biggest thing that is going to be an immediate impact for you. Because
Yep.
we could talk taxes, the fact that Texas doesn't have any income taxes.
Yep.
We can talk about property taxes. We could talk about housing prices. We could talk about all that, and we're going to. But the number one thing, what were you paying in California for gas? And now what are you paying in Texas for gas?
Well, so funny when we got back there, when we first when I was still there and we left, I think it was cheap gas was $4.20, $4.30, something like that. When we went back this time, it was at $5.10.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So when as soon as you cross the border, I mean the California border into America, as soon as we crossed over there, it automatically went down to 350, 360 ish.
Right.
So
yeah, it's a huge jump.
Yeah. And if you go to the local, what do you call it, Sam's Club, it is. Last time I seen it before we left, it was $3.20.
Wow.
For gas.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yep.
So you're basically saving about $100 a month in gas.
Yeah, I guess. Kind of depends. Yeah. But now I'm going to be working from home all the time
So that's even more.
Now I just got to try to keep my sanity working from home.
Right.
Hopefully I don't go insane.
Hunting and Stuff said that it's about $3.30 where he's at. Where are you at, Hunting and Stuff?
I was going to say that narrows it down. Where I'm at.
Yeah, because I'm not really sure where you're at. I know you're probably down south because you said that Michigan is too cold for you. But so I'm guessing that he's somewhere. Oh, he's in Colorado.
Oh,
so 3:30 in Colorado.
Last time I knew, gets cold in Colorado. Lots of snow, or at least random snowstorms, I guess.
Yeah, random. Did you notice as far as like your housing prices in that area? What is the difference between the housing prices in Texas and housing prices in California?
Half, at least.
Half?
Like we've seen houses for rent for $1,800. Mind you, 3-bed, 2-bath, not a coffin, but a house, not a storage unit. Even though I seen a video the other day where some people were living in the climate controlled storage unit. That was pretty sick.
In California?
$200 a month. I don't know where they were at actually.
Oh, okay.
But I just thought it was amazing. I'm like, dude, that's only $200 a month, and they had a studio.
Wow.
Right?
That's the way to go.
Security, like they had, you have to scan the thing to get into the building.
Yeah.
They're just missing a butler, which the butlers are there during the business hours, I would imagine. So
well, and you don't have to cut the grass. You don't have to worry about any of the maintenance.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like having a homeowners association that's really strict. You can't really keep anything to your place except for inside, which you can't really do a whole lot there either. But who knows? But yeah, you can live like a normal human being here, especially if you work at Buc-ee's. You can clean bathrooms at Buc-ee's for $18 an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dan?
It sounds interesting.
Right.
Very tempting.
He might take Buc-ee's up on that order. Up on that offer, I should say. So what was the cost of moving from California to Texas? Because I've heard, and this was actually a thing where it was more expensive to move from California to Texas than it was to move from Texas to California.
Oh yeah, totally. Watch here. Why don't we I'll demonstrate it right now. Dallas. There you go. Dallas.
Now I know I heard at one time pretty much almost U-Haul would almost pay you to take a U-Haul into Texas or California.
That would be nice.
That was true.
I mean, let's see. Let me pick up a truck on Friday from here to San Francisco. Survey says, oh, it's kind of expensive. What's up with that? Maybe I need to pick a better spot. Wow, that's kind of weird. Normally it goes... Oh, wait, hold on. I got to go far enough away. Okay. So if I go Monday, the 29th,
yep,
for the largest 26-foot truck is $3,300.
Okay.
If I go Monday. So probably if I go further away, I bet you I can get it lower.
Yeah, probably.
But that same truck going this way,
Yep.
$6,200.
So it's pretty much double.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, birds. Oh,
He heard
yeah.
Hunting and Stuff says, I heard they were running out of U-Hauls in California. It's entirely possible.
They didn't tell me where to pick up yet until the day before it was time to pick up the truck.
Really?
Wow.
They literally tell you, we do not have vehicles at this point, so we should hopefully have it before you get it, or however they worded it. But yeah.
So there's so many people leaving the state of California that they can't keep U-Hauls in stock.
Yep. And not enough people are moving back. But no, don't worry. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. It's okay.
It's
Everything.
like the Titanic, and all of the people or all of the musicians are on the deck playing music because everything is okay.
Yep, exactly. Everything is perfectly fine. Nothing
Right.
to see here. Everything is okay. Now, so I did from May 15th, right? So I moved down a little bit. Now we're at $2,530 for the biggest truck.
Unbelievable. So they're pretty much giving you a huge discount if you're willing to move out to California, and that's just how ridiculous it is out there.
Yep.
And Paul, you left California for the freedom. And I'm hoping that
Yep.
the people that also leave the state of California also leave California for the freedom. Because the last thing that we need is the people leaving California and bringing their beliefs and policies to other states and ruining them.
If you can't do this, you shouldn't move here. It's plain and simple.
So what is your wife's thoughts on living in Texas?
Well, so that's complicated.
Okay.
The reason that's complicated is because right before we left this, when we picked up the car, literally the morning we were leaving California, she kind of misstepped and took a little tumble and tweaked her ankle. And luckily didn't break it, but still. So she's literally sitting on the couch. So that is a complicated story right now. Otherwise, she likes it.
Okay. Well,
She likes the idea that we can actually buy a house without
Yes.
being millionaires.
Tony says this is why traffic is so bad in Dallas,
Why?
and that would be because getting people from
Because of you.
California.
Oh, but hey, one thing, I'm a good one, so it's okay. See.
My dad says 9mm or 40mm.
I'm still at the 9mm stage. I have to grow up and get to the bigger stuff.
Well, it's the
now that
starter
I'm here, I can grow up. See.
kit. Right, it's the starter kit. I
Yeah,
mean, you
yeah,
have
this
to
is
start
totally-
somewhere.
You have to start somewhere. So if you at least have one for each hand, you're good. That's what you need. It's one for each hand. Now, see, if you do 9mm, you get to start off at a lower level, and then you get to buy more ammo because you really got to stock up on ammo because you never know what's going to happen. So it's cheaper to stock up on that one. It's for starters. See, you got to get the big stuff is for the extracurricular other activities that you get
Right.
the big ones for. See.
Hunting and Stuff says that's what happened in Colorado, loaded with people from California. And not only Colorado, Hunting and Stuff. I lived out in Utah, and that's where Paul and I met, actually. And
Yep.
And
Damn.
when I lived out in Utah, all of the people were moving out of California into Utah, Colorado, Nevada. And because they were able to sell their houses for a premium, like they bought it originally at like $200,000, they were selling it for right around $400,000 or $500,000. They had all that excess cash, and then they would move to a completely different state and then be able to pay cash for their house, plus have a little bit extra to buy a car and everything else. So it just increased the price of everything in each state. So that was something that was a really big problem when I lived out there. Tony says, I lived in Colorado. They hated Texans. Well, that's because they're all high. Arizona is full of Californians. And my dad says
I like
12 gauge double buck gives you 9 shots with 1 trigger pull.
12 gauge double
Yeesh.
box buck. Blah, blah, blah. See, I can say it better than you, and I'm from California. What's wrong with that picture?
I know. So
I mean, I've watched
that's
a lot of movies, you know. So
you have watched a lot of movies. You haven't done anything other than watch movies.
yeah. Nope. I don't know nothing.
And if anything happens tomorrow, Paul's guns got lost in a boating accident.
That's right. That's right. This is the last time that they're. I'm
3
going
years
boating
ago.
Tonight, and I don't know
3
what's
years
going to happen. They're going to
So
fall
do
off
you-
into that river.
So, Paul, do you worry about that that rule or that law that they're trying to pass in California, to where they're willing or they're trying to go after people for the previous 10 years of their tax returns when they leave the state?
So I don't know. I don't know if they were going after the big people, the people with money, you know, going after the rich people who can afford to give away money to California because they can. And I mean, they probably voted for it anyway. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, let the rich pay for it. They probably voted for it anyway. But, you know, just saying.
But, Paul, you were living in a house with 4 walls and a roof, so you were part of the rich.
I know. But you know what's luckily, I was still basically at not a poor. Was I poor? I'm trying to think of technically if I was poor or not poor.
You were
I forget
definitely
what the
California
poor level-
poor.
Yeah. California poor, but I think officially California thinks you're poor when you're only making $26,000 a year. Then you get lots of free stuff. See? So we were making more than $26,000 a year, and so we didn't get free stuff. So
I mean, you can't
that's
even
bigger.
get gas making $26,000 a
No.
year.
No, but you know what I was thinking since Jenny is from the Philippines, I told her, I said, if we really had to go to the hospital, I would drop you off out front, and you just go no hablo English, and she'd get free health care. They'd throw a cast on her. I'd pick her up when she's done, and we'd come back to Texas, and we'd have to pay for anything. See?
Well, yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if that ever happens, I'm going to become I don't know what, Irish. I don't know. I'm going to try to speak something that's not. Yeah.
Tony, I don't know. I love New Mexico. I love the views in New Mexico, but the government in New Mexico is crazy.
Woo. Yeah. Yeah. Especially what happened recently with that mayor of
In
what, was the mayor
Albuquerque.
in Albuquerque.
Yep.
Whew. I don't know about
Yeah.
that. You could only
Hunting and stuff says you can only get gas eating beans. I'm going to give him the old. There we
Right.
go. Double rim shot on
That's
that
it.
one.
That's it.
Paid so much tax, he can't afford new tinfoil.
Actually, now that I'm not there, I don't need the tinfoil because I have my other protection now. that I
Right.
don't have to worry about it anymore. So it's just, you know, there's just that, you know, I have solutions to my other problems, you know?
So
Say.
Paul, you have. Well, I did. Okay, Tony said I didn't say Albuquerque, and I understand you didn't say Albuquerque, but there's still the entire state of New Mexico has its own problems, and we could go back to 2020 and during that period of time and how everything was screwed up in New Mexico with their government. I'm not saying that it's not a great place to visit. I'm saying I wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah,
No.
No.
But it's just like Colorado. Colorado, great place to visit. Don't want to live there. Utah, I love Dan, and I love the beautiful spots in Utah. Wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah.
Like, been there, done that.
Yeah.
And it's like, been there, done that, did it again. Damn it.
Yeah. I've driven all over the U.S. and probably the nicest place that I haven't lived yet is Tennessee. So
Oh.
that might be our last
next spot?
destination. Yeah, later on down the line.
Scott said I spent a week in Albuquerque one afternoon.
There you go. Right.
And TJ, thank you so much for coming in the chat. The chat. TJ couldn't make it today because he was working.
TJ and Drones.
And
the stupid adulting.
So he has a job?
yes, he does have a job.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he's not a basement guy like our other buddy from Florida, right? It's
Yeah,
Florida
but he also
or
has a job.
Delaware? Where is he at? Delaware?
He's in Florida.
He's now.
Yeah.
I heard something about him saying he's from Delaware, not from Florida, but he's trying to be a Floridian person or whatever. I don't know what the heck that means. Does that mean we're gonna have to go?
It sounds like the feud is starting back up again.
We have to get an airboat and to go pick him up or something. I mean, I was watching Swamp Things. Is that a thing there?
It could be. So, Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors, he's calling you out. So you may have to make a video to respond.
Yeah. But hey, he does have a bigger house than I did when I was living in my car. So I'm kind of jealous about that.
That is true. But you did have that RV. You did have that RV.
I did. That's okay. Okay, I take it back. I did buy an RV, and I did make a little money on it because I was able to sell it for more than I bought it for. But and I was living on the side of the freeway, the roads. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, line of camper people. I was one of them for a minute.
And Chris, I'm sorry I didn't mention you earlier. I did see you in the chat, but I forgot to mention you. So thank you very much for being here, my friend. Now, I did get on one of my I was doing a trucking vlog, and I delivered out in Fremont, California, and I got to get some video of the just line of cars and RVs on the side of the road there. And it is just sad to see.
And that's just in Fremont. You should see over on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
Where all the rich people live. It's kind of fun.
It's all over the place. And I actually saw an article the other day that the LA area is cracking down on RVs on their streets. So I don't know what they're going to do with those people, but maybe they'll just send them all to Fremont.
Right? They'll send them back to California.
They try that here too, and all they do is move to another street.
Right.
Yep. Just like they cleaned up San Francisco, and then they just relocated all of the tents to a different part of San Francisco while they had a big party, and then as soon as the party was over, the streets went right back to normal. It's fine.
Right. So what do you think on a scale of 1 to 10? As far as, was this like the best move that you ever made, or is this like number 5 on the list? Because you did live in Montana for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that had a purpose to it, because that purpose was I had a kid up there. So, but then I left 5 years later, and he got pissed off at me again. I mean, so I'm not very good at that. And then I charged him rent when he was living with me in California. And then he moved away. So,
yes.
What do I do? I guess, he still likes me. He still calls me. So, that's good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, tell Paul to contact me and give me contact information. Well, why? Are we going to have a problem here, Anthony? Or what?
No. He may want to get together and shoot guns.
Heck yeah, let's go. Yep. Let's go, baby. Not baby.
But unfortunately, Tony lost all of his guns in a boating accident 5 years ago.
Damn, I hate that. Don't worry, we can just rent them. It's fine. I'll loan you mine.
He beat you. He beat you by 2 years. Sorry.
Yeah. I'll loan you mine until they get lost and fall off the boat.
Right. Exactly. Now I did make some work for my dad this week. There's a video going to be coming out on that. But he's going to be out working out on his bulldozer. And I apologize, but it seems like he's pretty happy that he gets to use his bulldozer.
Heck yeah. Is it one of those big ones? Dude, those are bad. Those are wicked.
Video upcoming. Unfortunately, I won't have a video of the bulldozer working, but maybe one of these days we'll get to play with that and do a video of playing on the bulldozer.
Heck yeah, man. Let's see that thing race.
Yeah.
full speed ahead.
I don't think it
You know,
races very fast.
The cool thing about a bulldozer, if you've never driven one, it's amazing how quickly your behind becomes a suction cup in one of those.
Oh, actually, here you go. So I got one for you. So when I was up in Montana driving truck up there, I worked for a company. We would pick up a lot of John Deere equipment, right? And so I wasn't very good at this, at least not at that point. But so one of the guys would drive. I had a step deck. He would drive the front end of the tractor, pop it into 4-wheel drive, and just drive that sucker, the front wheels, onto the top deck, right? And then get real close and just sit the tractor like this, right? So I get in the tractor, no big deal. Mind you, barely ever driven the freaking John Deere before. So I'm in the truck, on the tractor, I'm in the tractor, on the truck. And I go in there and I go to put it into gear. And holy crap, I didn't realize that it was kind of a stick. So I didn't push the clutch in. So it started coming out. The right tire was on the edge, and luckily I got it to stop right when it was just hanging on. And luckily the dude with the big forklift came over. I think he had a big forklift, and then he was able to put the tractor back on. Luckily, otherwise I would have dumped $100 and some $1,000 brand new John Deere on the dirt.
TJ says that's why when I come to work I clock in and go hide, because they say good workers are hard to find, and hey, I'm a good worker.
Exactly.
That's a good one, TJ.
That's genius, bro.
So before we go and crown our winner for Blinker Flu of the Week, the one thing that Brian wanted me to mention is the brand new DJI power bank.
Ooh.
This is a DJI Power 1000, and it's $300 off right now. It has 2200 to 2400 watt high capacity power output. And from what I can see, this thing is really, really super nice. Now, this isn't as nice as what Paul built, because Paul, you made your own power bank. But this one here will actually come with different attachments that you can actually charge up your certain drones that you have. It has a certain spot for those. But check this out. Now, it doesn't come with the solar panels, and right now they're all sold out of all of their solar panels. But you should be able to charge a mobile phone approximately 57 times, a projector 9.2 hours, camping light approximately 32 times, a car refrigerator 19 hours, and then a coffee maker, you can run that for about an hour, and then electric fan about 9 hours. So you get a lot of power with that, and it takes only about 70 minutes to charge. It has 4,000 cycles in a typical life cycle in that. So $699 is pretty good. Now, I'm sorry, that was incorrect. No, I was right. 4,000 cycles. Now, the difference in price, because they have the DJI Power 500, which is a 512 power station. This one is the 1024 portable power station. So you're basically paying an additional $300 for an extra 500 watts. So, depending on what you're using it for. Go ahead.
The part you want to focus on is the actual output power. So it's 1,000 watt versus a 2,200 watt max output.
Okay.
So it kind of depends on. So this is why I kind of built my own, besides being stupid. So it's buildable. I can build it bigger. I can add more batteries. I can add a bigger inverter. Right now I only have a 1,500 watt inverter on there. And then, but yeah, there's a whole rabbit hole of reasons why. But so you're actually getting double the amount of capacity that you can use. So if you have a new refrigerator, some of these refrigerators only take like 500 watts.
Right.
So if you have that 2200 watt inverter, you're going to be able to run your, in case of the crap hitting the fan, you'll be able to run your refrigerator for a little while, or even your freezer, which, mind you, freezers actually, when they're already frozen, is the freezer frozen? Whatever.
Yes.
Anyways, when it's already frozen, freezers actually don't take very much juice at all, because it just, as soon as it's frozen, it's
just maintaining it's just maintaining the temperature.
So
and
something to think about when you're buying those.
And it will fully charge in 70 minutes using AC power. Now, as far as charging using the solar panels, that basically all depends on how many solar panels that you have and how much sun that you have.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We've got...
and now that you're in Texas, you'll have a lot more sun.
Kathy says don't use it with your electric high-end sewing machines. And Kathy, I'm going to give Paul your information so that you guys can connect, because he is working for a sewing company down in Texas in their marketing department. So I would love for you two to get together. So if you're all right with that, I would love to give him your information.
And actually, one thing to think about is when she brings up the reason she's bringing this up, actually, is if you don't get a, quote, pure sine wave inverter, it does not like electronics. So if you buy a 5,000 watt inverter and it doesn't say pure sine wave, it has a tendency to play with electronics. It doesn't like it. It's a whole technical thing, but pure sine wave is what you want. If you have that, and that's the other question about those DJI, those things, if that's a pure sine wave inverter that's built into that, that's something good to know, because if that is, then you could use it for your electronics, and you would think it would be if it's for drones, but who knows?
Yeah, it doesn't say it on the website, so that would be a good question to ask. But I learned all about pure sine waves from you, Paul, with my gaming laptop. So I know how important that is.
With the emergency laptop run.
Yes. And Kathy says, "Cool, sounds good to me." Absolutely. So I'll be giving Paul your information. And Dan, it is that time where we get to crown our winner of our Blinker Fluid of the Week segment. And like I said before, this is our bug spray flavored blinker fluid. So I mean,
wish I would have had that earlier.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
I have many Johnson Juice available though, so.
How many votes do we have for 5 and 6?
I had 1 for 6, and I didn't see anything for 5.
Well, we have a 3-way tie between 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3, do we? Whoa.
So, Paul.
Yes. I like the red light, the purple light runners.
You like the purple light runners. So, okay, so that would be
number 2.
So our winner for this week's Blinker Fluid of the Week is number 2.
Brian!
Wow, that tasted awful. That was like the worst.
Good, because mine is Johnson Juice.
Yes.
Show off.
Just remember, everybody, and you don't have to do it in the chat. You can do it in the description of the video below if you're watching this on the replay. Put hashtag Johnson Juice in the description or in the comment section of the video, and let's get that hashtag rolling. And I'll show my dad all of the hashtags of the hashtag Johnson Juice, and maybe we can get that maple syrup flowing a little bit faster.
That's right. I mean, it's got a pretty decent little run to it, but maybe it's a little fast, you know?
Yeah.
It would be faster.
But that was the first time we've had a 3-way tie in a very long time, so it was a very difficult situation for everybody. So I appreciate all of you for participating and voting this week, and Dan's going to have another good one coming up next week. And as I like to do on every Sunday before we leave, I like to give our guests the last word. So, Paul?
Shoot 'em up, baby. Shoot 'em up.
Dan?
Yeah, when you pick up a stranger from a truck stop and take them to a lake, make sure you wear long clothing and not bug bite skin.
Wow. Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Try to stay away from those those people at the truck stops. Gotta watch out for that, man.
My legs are worse, but I don't want to show that.
No. And Dan will shake his booty in a truck stop parking lot. I have proof. So
Where? I see nothing.
But
Yeah.
I appreciate all of you for coming in tonight. Again, check out in the description of the video below, we've got a link for Chris at Shade Tree America for his Give, Send, Go, trying to raise money for his mom's funeral and legal expenses. And then Charles from Fallen Arkansas Veterans, he also has a link in my community tab trying to arrange a funeral. So check out those links. And don't forget the Lee and Betty Johnson Memorial Charity. We've already raised, let's see here, $140. 20 of it was from Paul. 70 of it was from... we're at 70, 50, so we're at 140. Yeah. So 20 of it was from Paul, 50 of it was from Exploring with Drew, and the other 70 of it was from Robert Mack Media. So thank you all that have already donated. And you can go and use our PayPal link, and you can mail it to us. Whatever way it works for you, we have a way to get donations for Reefs Across America and Mission 22. But I appreciate all of you for coming along for this ride with us, and we'll see you later on down the road. Bye, guys.